The third and final stop on my trip was Iceland. I had wanted to visit Iceland for a long time, but I was honestly super underprepared for what I was going to do when I actually got there. I had looked up a few things I might want to see, but I had not made any solid plans. I knew I was going to be staying in Reykjavik for the duration of my 3-day visit, so whatever I did would have to be within driving distance of my hostel there. The first stop I made after landing in Iceland was at the Enterprise office near the airport to pick up my rental car. While I was there, I asked the guy helping me if he had any advice for what I should do. He pulled out a post-it note and quickly jotted down some sites he recommended. That post-it note literally became my itinerary for the next 3 days. I just went down the list and checked off all the places I could. And it was actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a big crater. It's a big hole in the ground. Big deal.
My pants are soaked, and it's freezing out there. So right now I'm just kind of sitting in the car waiting to get out. There's like 50-mile-an-hour winds, and it's cold, and I'm soaking wet, kind of trying to dry my jeans. I should have brought a second pair of pants. I guess that's a travel tip. If you come here, bring a second pair of pants, because your pants will get wet. Or bring like waterproof pants like I saw everybody else wearing. That's probably an even better idea. It's too beautiful here. I need to be like focusing on the road, but I wish that I could be stopping like every 5 feet to take photos because it's so gorgeous. Like, look at this. This isn't even like, I've driven through like snowy areas and like deserty looking stuff, and now this, it's crazy. On my last night in Iceland before flying home, I drove over to this beach in Reykjavik and looked out at the water for a little while. Years ago, I remember standing on the beach in Tybee Island, Georgia, near my parents' house, looking out at the water and thinking about how this ocean was the barrier separating me from my dreams of seeing the world. Now I had crossed that ocean, and I was looking at it from a different perspective, having seen a bit more of the world. I had visited 3 countries in 8 days, and I had done it all on my own. I took this journey alone, and for the most part, I loved it. None of the hassles of traveling with another person. I was free to do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. Nobody rushing me on to the next thing or making me stay at something I didn't enjoy. No pressure. But throughout this whole trip, I had seen couples going on adventures together, experiencing new things together, living life together. I hadn't been in a real relationship for about 7 years at this point. I had tried, but often my attempts at finding love just ended in more pain. So I was used to being lonely. But here in Iceland, I felt alone. And I realized that I wanted someone to share these kinds of experiences with. I decided that when I got home, I would put myself out there and actually try to find that person. And I wouldn't stop looking until I did. I found her.